I'm excited about this one because this is a widely used product in the community. This is a Property Promoter. Since the launch of Property Promoter, we've helped promote over 6,500 listings across the United States and Canada. So quite a bit of experience being able to help you distribute your listings to people who are visiting your website or cold traffic in the area. We want to be able to market you as the professional in the marketplace that is taking listings, that is working with sellers, so that we can help you attract more people to work with you. This is a page on our website. So if you go to marketing services, you can now get to this area called Property Promoter. You'll see the exact page that I'm going to go through today. What this is, what Property Promoter is a way for you to win more listings out in the market and then wow the seller with the marketing efforts that you're doing. Winning more listings. Let's talk about what does that mean? What does winning more listings mean? It means having brand awareness out in the marketplace, showing your existing website traffic, your database audience, your local market, showing them that you run a real estate business and you actually are out here in the trenches selling homes, making transactions happen. The other piece of winning the listing is when you're on the listing appointment, being able to position Property Promoter as a tool within your toolkit of how you get more attraction, more eyeballs, more interest in the listings that you have. It's a tool. You should be using this out on listing appointments and saying, hey, I have this proprietary software. Leverage that conversation and say, I work with a company that allows us to get your listing in front of thousands of people. That exposure conversation, that's really what we're after with the winning the listing part. The wowing the seller, there's a new thing, and we've got this here. It says new feature, the listing story. And the listing story is a dedicated landing page that you can share the link with the seller, and the seller can see all of the data around the advertisement. Now, there are some other little features in here that I want to talk about. I'm going to highlight this piece. We have an ad copy generator that is now powered by ChatGPT. So when you're going through the form to make the submission for your property promotion, it'll actually ask you, do you want to write custom ad copy? And then you can type in whatever you want, or you can choose to use the ad copy generator. And then when you make your submission, we actually go and create ad copy specific to the property, pulling out features of the property. Listing story, again, new feature. We're going to talk about listing story, and it's optional. The last thing here is compatibility. So now it's compatible with any real estate website. Does not matter where you are or who you're with. This is done from the ground up. New framework, a new process, taking everything we learned in the original Property Promoter, but enhancing it and giving things like the listing story. So again, the theme, win the listing while the seller. Unlimited submissions, so you can do as many as you want. And you basically have our ad team on the back end of it, setting everything up, making sure it's configured properly, communicating everything with you. It's really, really neat. So let's talk about targeting for a second. Inside of Property Promoter, you can actually choose the ad spend, you can choose the duration of the ad, and then you can choose the targeting. And we have three different options when you get to this part inside of the form. The first option is the ability to retarget your existing website traffic and database audience, or you can select local market, which is a 15-mile pin around the property address. And then the third option is a custom audience. We'll reach out to you and say, hey, what is it that you're trying to do? Who are you trying to get a hold of? So you can use the form as much as you want. You have control over what the ad spend is. You have control over the duration. And then your card is on file with Facebook. And then they just charge you directly for anything that you've spent through. Again, it works with any real estate website. Does not matter who you're with. If you have a single listing detail page, we can send the traffic there. With Property Promoter, you can run ads for every stage of the cycle. So that's really cool about this. It allows you to get this property in front of people and actually tell them, you know, hey, this is what's going on. We just put this one under contract, or this one just sold. Congrats on the closing. All of these different stages of the cycle, you can get your message back out in front of your website traffic, database audience, or even local market. So back to the win wow thing, like Property Promoter is a win wow. So the first part, again, just to reiterate, it's winning the listing. That's the win part. We need to win the listing, then we need to wow the seller. And with winning the listing, there's two pieces. It's getting these properties that you're already listing in front of your audience to let them know that you actually do real estate, right? Push that content back out to them, let them know you're an expert in the market. Also, when you're on the listing appointment, leverage Property Promoter as a unique thing that you have that others in the market do not bring to the table. And that's where the reporting, that's where the listing stories really come into play, because you can take one of these listing stories with you, share the link with the seller and say, hey, when you list with me, not only do I run a promotion on Facebook and Instagram and retarget everyone who's coming to my website, everyone who I have inside my database, and I even go after the local market. Not only do I do that, but I give you a shareable link where you can check this data at any point in time and see what type of reach we have. And that's the wow part, sharing the ad results to highlight the marketing efforts. This is a little bit of ad performance around Property Promoter. $21 spent, over 250 people that we drove back to the website. We reached 1,400 unique people on Facebook, Instagram, Audience Network, and they saw the ads almost 2,000 times. So this is a $21 budget. And the purpose of showing this one was to emphasize, look, small spend, big results. 21 bucks. You can spend $20. Like this coffee right here was like $8 or something stupid, right? This is $21 to promote this listing, to drive 250 people back to your website and get your brand. That's what's really important here. Getting your brand, your Facebook page, your Instagram page, getting your brand in front of this 1,400 people almost 2,000 times for $21. This thing is doing so much heavy lifting for you when it comes to brand awareness. So let's talk listing stories. So this is probably the coolest part of this whole Property Promoter 2.0 thing. It is a shareable link that you can provide to the seller. This is a screenshot of what one looks like. We're going to go check one out in just a second and actually take a look at what one of these listing stories actually looks like, the website. But it is optional. It is $50 to add one of these. So as you're filling out the Property Promoter form, you get unlimited submissions to the Property Promoter form. If you're using the Property Promoter service, it's in a lot of our subscriptions. It's included in a lot of them. If you're not with us already, you can just come to us and get this service. It's a small monthly fee, unlimited submissions for Property Promoter. The listing story is the thing that you have the option, you're not required to, but in the form you have the option to add this on. It's a one-time fee of $50 for the property. And what that includes is the landing page setup, the web page hosting, and then we do daily syncs with Zillow stats and the property promotion ad results until the property is sold or removed from the market. You're going to have our team in there every single day updating the data around this so that when your seller checks that link, boom, they can see what's going on and what the ad results look like. The other piece here is these links don't expire. You can highlight them on your website and say, hey, look at these listings and the work that we did to market those properties. The other cool part is you can share them with sellers. You're going on a listing appointment, share it with the seller. You're at a listing appointment, pull it up on your computer, on an iPad, whatever. Share the link with them on the phone and say, hey, check this out. This is a really cool thing that we do so that you have insight into what's going on. So there's 3 examples. If you visit the website, you can get to these 3 examples. These are live examples, by the way. These are not like made up examples. These are actual promotions that we turned into listing stories. Okay. Let's take a look at some of these listing stories. So the first one I'm going to look at, this one here is Aaron Farr. So he's got a property that he has listed up in Deer Park. What we do is we put your logo right here at the top. We put the last time that the page was updated, so you know how relevant the data is. We put the link to the listing. So when you fill the form out, that link to the listing goes right here, wherever that's going to go. So in Aaron's case, it's driving back to a Sierra Interactive website so that you can get right back to the full listing detail page. Now, below that, we talk about listing syndication. As a real estate agent, again, I'm licensed in real estate. For anybody that doesn't know, I've been licensed almost a decade, whatever. Listing syndication is a big thing. You're telling the seller, hey, not only do I get this out on the MLS, I put this property everywhere. Zillow, Trulio, Realtor.com. This gives some merit, some credit to all of the different places that the listing actually goes to. And then we talk marketing results. So there's a little blurb here that talks about some stuff, but these ad results right here are the big piece, right? This piece is the data that comes from the ad. As you're running the promotion and as the numbers change daily on that, we update these numbers daily. So in this scenario here, and this is real data, these are not made up scenarios, these are actual ads. We reached 2,700 people. Those 2,700 people saw the ads over 5,800 times, and it drove almost 1,000 people back to Aaron's website. So 1,000 views on that page. And if you have lead capture set up on the page, like you have some pop-up and things like that, you're going to get leads from this. We have a client who's been using Property Promoter since the very beginning, and he has like 2,300 leads inside of his system just from running property promotion ads. Thousands and thousands and thousands of views, over 2,000 actual leads. So if you have lead capture, if your site does lead capture, then you'll definitely get some leads out of this. The other thing we do is we put Zillow stats in here, 32 days on the market, almost 1,500 views, 141 saves. So if you look at this, I mean, 1,465 views on Zillow, we were able to get almost 1,000 website visits just through the property promotion. But these pieces of data here, the marketing results and the Zillow stats, that's what we're updating daily. So we build this whole page out for you, everything, the image, the logo, like all of this stuff is done for you. And then you get this link to be able to share. The other really cool thing is we have some snapshots of what the ads look like. So when we build the ad and we have the promotion going, we drop some snapshots in here. What's really cool about that is it gives the seller the ability to see what's going on. It gives you the ability to see what's going on. But the coolest part is this little experience the ad button. If you click experience the ads, I'm not going to do it here just for the sake of it bouncing me around on the internet. But if you hit that, you can actually choose to see the ads in your timeline for 24 hours. So imagine being on a listing appointment. Like, follow me for a second here. All right, story time. Imagine being on a listing appointment. You're talking to a seller, a potential seller, and you say, hey, seller, here's all of the cool things that we can do. And we use this thing called Property Promoter, and we give you this thing called the listing story. And it's a dedicated page that you can go to see the results at any time of some of our promotions that we're doing out on Facebook, Instagram, Audience Network. Then you can walk them through clicking this button and accepting it on Facebook, right? If you're there on the appointment with them, hey, do you have Facebook? Yeah, I do. Okay, great. Let's do this real quick. Once they do that and they accept it, for the next 24 hours after the listing appointment, ads that are coming from you for that property are going to start showing up in their news feed and all over Facebook and Instagram. So imagine having that ability to like stay top of mind for 24 hours after you had the listing appointment. How many more listings could you win if when you left that home for the next 24 hours, they were seeing ads from you for the property that you listed? They're not going to forget that. That's memorable. That's going to set you apart. So anyways, I'm going to get off of that for a second, but it's really, really cool. The last part here, it highlights who the agent is, contact information, license information, all that kind of stuff. So this is really, really cool. This is Aaron's page here. I'm going to show two other ones. This is John Quinn, another client of ours. John's awesome. This is a property that John has listed. And you can see here, we have the logo, we have the link to the property. We talk about the syndication. His results were crazy. So this ad had almost 600 people go back to his website, and 4,000 people saw the ads almost 10,000 times. So that's brand awareness. When we talk about winning more listings, it's not just winning the listing appointment that you're at, it's winning listings from your database, from your website traffic. It's having that mind share. So that's really, really cool. And then here's the Zillow stats. Again, 76 days on Zillow, 74 saves. But I mean, look at these website visits from the ad. These are, again, screenshots of the ad, but you're getting likes, you're getting shares, you're getting all that kind of stuff from this. And then boom, we highlight John here. Now, the last one that we have, this is Don Payne. Don Payne is up in Ohio. Don's been with us forever. He's an awesome guy and he's got a crazy success story. But this is one of the properties that they have listed, that Vision Realty has listed. Everything, image, all of this completely set up and configured for you. You don't have to do anything. But look at the results that he got from this. He reached over 6,000 people. Reach is unique people reached almost 30,000 times and 1,200 people back to his website. So pretty crazy the impact that this can have, the website traffic, and those 1,200 website visits, that fires that Facebook pixel off again. That keeps them in your retargeting audiences. If you're running other things with we run video ads. We have all kinds of other things, retargeting ads, dynamic display ads. We have a bunch of different things we can do to retarget your website traffic. This property promoter can help build that traffic and keep people in that audience. So again, digital exposure, we've got all that. Look at this, 51 different reactions. When is the last time that you had posted or ran an ad maybe for a property that you have listed where you have actual engagement on the listing? I know that we want to have organic reach, but unfortunately these platforms, unless you're a viral sensation or have a large following, Facebook, Instagram, a lot of it's going to come from pay to play. I mean, it just is what it is. But again, it doesn't have to be a lot of money invested to get the results. So you can have a $20 budget for the ad and still make some cool things happen. Don, I finished with Don just because I wanted to talk reporting. So earlier, I'm going to jump back for a second here, back to this property promotion page. Earlier, we talked about this right here, this reporting module right here, that you get a custom dashboard. And this custom reporting dashboard, you don't have to do listing story to get this. It just comes with it so you can see all of the data. And this is Don's. So Don has a bunch of different ads with us. What I'm looking at inside the report right now is just the property promoters section. And this shows everything that he's done in the past 30 days. So he did spend a little over $600 $600. I know for some of you, that's a big investment. He's definitely running a brokerage. He's got agents. He's got the ability to invest that $600. What does that equate to? Whatever, $20 a day, right? $21 a day is pretty much what he spent here. He spent about $21 a day, and he had over 6,000 clicks back to his website. So 6,000 visitors. That's on top of organic. That's on top of search ads. That's on top of everything else. You can see how this all builds together. Almost 700 reactions. 4,000 engagements. So that's like, it could be reactions, it could be link clicks, it could be interactions with your page. That's what this engagement is. But this thing here is really cool. This is 20,000 people reached. 20,000 unique people reached 77,000 times. They saw the ads 77,000 times collectively over those 20,000 people. And here's some of the results. Again, small budget, large results. You can see here, spent $30 here, $36 here, $29 here. Yeah, some of these, they put a little more money behind. They're like, you know what? I want to throw a little more cash on this one. And that's what they did there. But even some of these down here, you know, $30 to drive 140 additional people back to your site, get in front of almost 1,200 people, have them see your ads almost 1,500 times. Again, brand awareness, brand consideration, all those kind of things. I know that's a lot of information. I know I'm like throwing a whole bunch of stuff out there, but let's get to the bottom of this, which is common questions. And then, you know, what does it look like? How do you get started? All right. Many of you, if you're already working with us, you already have access to this. So just reach out. If you've been using Property Promoter, let's start there. If you are a client of ours that has been using Property Promoter, by default, you're still going to have access to this Property Promoter 2.0. If you're unsure whether or not you have access, just reach out to support@ggms.com. If you're not a current client or you're not in a package that includes it, it's $99 per month. It's a one-time setup fee of $199. The $199 setup fee is us connecting your Facebook account to our account, making sure we have access to your ad manager, your Facebook pixel. We go through and we make sure the pixel is set up correctly. We build out all of the framework to make sure that on day one, when you start using this, you're ready to go. And we can have this set up super quick. I mean, as long as you have access to your Facebook page and everything that we need, we can have this set up in a few days. But it's $199 setup fee, $99 per month, unlimited usage of Property Promoter. That listing story thing, you can add that when you're making the submission. It is a one-time $50 fee to get that page and have the data updated consistently as long as the property is not sold or off market. We do have another service. It's just like Property Promoter, being that it's a form that you fill out. But the difference with MetaBoost is it allows you to promote any Facebook or Instagram post, story, or reel. You can turn that into an advertisement. So Property Promoter focused just on properties. MetaBoost is focused on all of your content and getting that distributed in a similar manner, but focused on that content. So if you bundle them together, it's the same setup fee. It doesn't cost any more. You actually save $50. So it's $149. So that is pricing. When it comes to current clients, be on the lookout for an email that'll include the new link that you'll be using if you have access to it. If you don't have access, just reach out to us and we can talk about getting you access to Property Promoter. If you need anything from us, just reach out and let us know. Thanks, everybody.